Hey everyone, and welcome back to our super fun story time. Today, we're going on an adventure back in time to meet Israel's very first king, a tall and brave man named Saul. We'll see how a really scary situation turned into an amazing story of courage, teamwork, and a big victory. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Our story starts in a city called Jabesh Gilead. The people there were in big trouble. A powerful army, the Ammonites, had surrounded their city. Their leader, a mean guy named Nahash, told the people of Jabesh Gilead something awful. He said, "I'll make a deal with you, but it's a terrible one. I will let you live, but only if I can harm every single one of you." Yikes. Imagine how scared they must have been. They felt completely alone and helpless. The people of Jabesh Gilead were so desperate. They asked Nahash for just 7 days to see if anyone in all of Israel would come to help them. They sent messengers running as fast as they could, crying out for help. They were just hoping, that someone would hear them and come to their rescue. It was a really sad and scary time for them. Now, where was Saul during all of this? Well, Saul had just been chosen as king, but he was still living a pretty normal life. He was actually out in the field, working with his oxen. When he came back to his town, he saw everyone crying. He asked, "What's wrong? Why is everyone so upset?" They told him the terrible news about Jabesh Gilead and the cruel threat from the Ammonites. When Saul heard this, something incredible happened. The Bible tells us the Spirit of God came upon him with great power. He wasn't scared. He became super angry at the injustice. It was like a fire was lit inside him. He knew he had to do something, and he had to do it fast. This was his first big test as king, and he was ready to step up and lead his people. He sent messengers throughout Israel with a powerful message to follow him to save Jabesh Gilead. It was a very serious way of saying, we are all in this together. We must unite and fight for our friends in Jabesh Gilead. And guess what? It worked. The people of Israel saw this, and a sense of duty, a sense of unity came over them. They knew this was serious. They gathered together as one giant army, ready to follow their new king. Everyone from all the different tribes of Israel came together. For the first time in a long time, they weren't just separate groups, they were one nation, united against a common enemy. It was an amazing sight. With his massive army ready, Saul sent a message back to the worried people of Jabesh Gilead. The message was full of hope. It said, "Don't you worry. By the time the sun is hot tomorrow, you will be saved." Can you imagine the relief they felt? They had been so scared, thinking no one would help them. But now, they had a promise from their king. They had hope, their sadness turned to joy, and they prepared for the rescue they knew was coming. Saul was not just brave, he was also very smart. He came up with a brilliant military plan. He knew that a surprise attack would give them the best chance of winning. So, he divided his huge army into 3 groups. Under the cover of darkness, while the Ammonite army was sleeping, Saul and his soldiers marched quietly and surrounded their camp. Then, just as the sun was starting to rise, at the time of the morning watch, Saul gave the signal, "Attack!" The 3 groups of Israelite soldiers charged into the Ammonite camp from different directions. The enemy was completely surprised. They were still sleepy and weren't ready for a fight. It was total chaos for them. Saul's plan was working perfectly. The battle was fierce, but the Israelites, filled with courage and fighting for their friends, were winning. The victory was huge. The Ammonite army was completely defeated. The people of Jabesh Gilead were saved, just as Saul had promised. Everyone celebrated. This incredible victory did something really important. It showed all of Israel that Saul was the right choice for a king. He wasn't just a tall farmer anymore. He was a powerful, decisive leader who could protect them. He had God's favor and help. After the battle, all the people went to a place called Gilgal. There, they had a big ceremony to officially, publicly confirm that Saul was their king. They offered sacrifices and thanked God for the amazing victory. Everyone was cheering for King Saul. His authority was now solid, and the whole nation looked up to him as their leader. This event was a turning point, marking the real beginning of the kingdom of Israel. But the story doesn't end there. It shows us something beautiful about loyalty and gratitude. Many years later, after a long reign, King Saul died in a different battle. It was a sad day. But the brave men of Jabesh Gilead never forgot what Saul had done for them. They remembered how he had rescued their city when no one else would. So, they traveled all night on a dangerous journey to get the bodies of Saul and his sons. They brought them back to Jabesh Gilead and gave them a proper, respectful burial. They showed incredible loyalty and gratitude to the king who had saved them so long ago. It was their way of saying thank you and honoring his memory. Later, when David became the next king, he heard about what the men of Jabesh Gilead had done. He was so impressed by their loyalty and courage. He sent them a message, blessing them for their kindness to Saul. It just goes to show that doing the right thing, being brave, and showing gratitude are qualities that even kings admire. So, what can we learn from this awesome story? We learn that true leadership means stepping up to help others in need. We see how unity, when people come together as a team, can achieve amazing things. And we learn about the importance of loyalty and being grateful to those who help us. The story of Saul and Jabesh Gilead is a powerful reminder that with courage and faith, even the scariest situations can be overcome. Thanks so much for joining me for this incredible adventure today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Remember to be brave, be a good friend, and always work together. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. See you next time, and God bless.